Good morning, my amazing things. Welcome back to the cavern. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope everyone is doing phenomenal and your week is off to a great start. I've been watching the new season of American Horror Stories and so far so good. I'm actually liking the season more than the first season. There's more of a wide range of themes than the past season. And what I mean by that is the first season just seemed to focus on Murder House, which kind of was boring to me. I mean, Murder House ended. It should have just ended where it ended. I'm sorry. I liked it for some aspects, but we already knew everything there is to know about the house, so kind of lackluster for me. So for the new season, first episode right off the bat is about a toy maker named Van Wart who kidnaps women and tests them to find if they are a good fit to raise his son Otis. So right off the bat, it's something totally different, out of the box. And at first, I thought Otis was going to be a spoiled, cold, uncaring child until we see him form a bond with Kobe, the latest victim. The reason I thought he lacked empathy and was going to be like this antisocial kid was because of how nonchalantly he stated he threw away his toys when Kobe mentioned that his father was going to dispose of the dolls. And, well, he just figured, well, when I get bored of a toy, I just throw it out. So what's the big deal? Kind of deal. It seemed like Otis didn't comprehend that these dolls weren't made of plastic, but were living, breathing humans. It was a nice twist and interesting to see the tie-in with Coven. When I first, right in the beginning of this episode, I thought, because we kept seeing the miniature dollhouse in Wart's office, I honestly thought that he was turning these human women into actual dolls. Not living dolls, but actual toy-sized dolls. Especially when she wakes up in a room that looks exactly like the one in the miniature dollhouse in his office. So it just kind of made me think that. It was nice to see that it wasn't what I immediately thought. The next episode was Aura. It had a nice, unique plotline, a smart doorbell device that allows the users to see the dead. Except not just any spirits, but ones that have unfinished business with the user specifically. At first it was pretty creepy. I mean, Jaslyn kept seeing this spirit of her old janitor from her high school, I believe, or college at her door. But the neighbor whose camera can actually see across the street to their house, nothing shows up. Which I thought was really creepy and disturbing because it was on your phone. You saw it. Obviously, you're going to call the cops because somebody is harassing you late at night or during the day, whatever. You're going to call the cops, but the cops had no record of anybody being there. And Bryce was kind of a jerk about it all, but I kind of understand his perspective. Your wife is seeing something that you're not seeing. There's no evidence of, so you're thinking that she's just overreacting. Until he sees it, but then still tries to make excuses for it. It was really messed up. The one point where the episode took a turn for me was when a spirit comes calling for revenge on Bryce, and the end where Bryce starts harassing Jaslyn. It just ruined it for me. Drive, I really liked the episode, which I guess is surprising since most people hated this one. The reason I liked it is because I thought Marcy was being targeted by a killer, which we're led to believe is Paul or an accomplice of Paul. I thought they did a great job where Marcy feels no fear going out at night and engaging in reckless behavior when people are disappearing in large numbers. I expected her to die, because in horror, anyone who strays from the traditional morals gets killed. What I mean by that is partaking in sex, well, unmarital sex, premarital sex, excuse me, doing drugs, engaging in alcohol, gambling, cheating, not taking threats seriously, using Ouija boards, communing with spirits, what have you. When it was revealed that it was her committing the crimes, it was a great twist. I liked it. I thought it was interesting that her husband, Chaz, was also involved with it. It seemed like his conscience took over, causing him to want a divorce. Until we find he just wanted to be in on the murders and not just someone that cleaned up after the act. That made it really messed up to me. Milkmaids, I couldn't watch it. I felt really sick to my stomach watching that episode. I got I think maybe 10 minutes in. I couldn't watch anymore. I'm pretty surprised because I watched some pretty messed up horror movies, but this episode just took it too far for me. It's the same reason I haven't seen The Human Centipede. I won't. It's a little too messed up for my liking. Cannibalism doesn't freak me out, as weird as that might be. It's disturbing, for sure, but I know it's fake in the movies and TV shows, so it doesn't really faze me. My husband, on the other hand, has trouble watching that type of stuff, but he watched The Human Centipede, no problem. I don't get it, but I guess we all have our limits. Bloody Mary was the last episode I've seen, and I loved it. I immediately recognized Dominique Jackson from Pose, and I was so thrilled to see her. She was perfect for the role. I was also happy that they took the legend in a different direction, where Bloody Mary tells your fortune and can't actually harm anyone, which I thought was pretty unique, because the legend that I always heard was that she'll scratch your eyes out, which they actually put in this. And it honestly made me wonder what someone would do to make their wishes come true. Would we be willing to harm the ones we loved in hopes of a better future? What was funnier is Elise thought by killing her sister and friends, she would get everything she wanted. When in fact, if she released Bloody Mary, she would be trapped in the mirror instead, which is pretty ironic. For those of you that have seen this season so far, what were your favorite episodes, or just your favorite episode in general? Do you like the direction the season is taking, or did you prefer the last season? I did read that a new season of American Horror Story is coming, and it's going to be another two-parter that will tie the two pieces together. I'm not sure how I feel about it, because I wasn't a fan of the last season. I didn't even finish it, to be honest. I just thought it was so boring. To be honest, I haven't been a fan of the show since Apocalypse, and even then, that's kind of pushing it. Because I hated Cult, I hated Hotel, and Roanoke. I just found them, eh. If you want to know more of what I thought of all of the American Horror Story seasons thus far, be sure to check out the card above me. Let me know what your thoughts are and opinions of American Horror Stories and American Horror Story in the comments below. I'm happy to hear it. I mean, if you disagree with me, that's great. You know, you can disagree. Everybody has their own opinions, and you're free to have those opinions. Thank you for sticking around till the end. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you click the like and subscribe buttons to show your support for the channel and myself. It means so much to me. It really does. Later this week, I'll be reviewing the new Orphan horror film and discussing 2 unsolved cases. Can't wait for those. Click the bell icon to be the first to know when a new video is up. If you don't want to wait, check out my other videos on the screen. Thank you again, and take care until next time, and enjoy the rest of your week. Bye, everyone.